So a way for you to think about this as a parent is I want you to imagine that you're going to have, right now you're not going to have it because it's like we're in COVID world, but like someday, friends, you will have a party again. And when you do, you want to make sure that everyone can eat. So let's say that you invite your kids, peers over and their parents are coming. You don't know exactly what their parents eat. And even if you do know them, you don't know what they're in the mood for. And what I want you to think about is you always have to assume, like if you're going to have a sizable gathering, today you have to recognize that you might have people who are gluten sensitive, or you might have people who are vegan or on a diet. You're going to have some drinkers, you're going to have some non-drinkers, right? And you essentially plan for this, which makes your party more inclusive. So I'm going to give you a moment in the chat, and I'm going to put chat alert so all of you can share, because I want you to like go home tonight and talk to your partners and your friends to be like, I am totally getting what schools are trying to do. Okay. Because when we embrace variability, we anticipate and predict those barriers. So I want you to think about, chat alert, what types of things would you do when planning a party to make sure that all people could eat and drink? Okay, so I'm going to give you 1 minute of wait time here. Okay, so again, this is not specific guests. This is like pretty much almost anyone can come and be like, oh, I can find something. So what are some design considerations? I am going to put on my timer for 1 minute to give you some think time. And in the chat, I want all of you, if you're able, I know that some of you might not have a keyboard, you might be driving, that's okay, but anyone who is able to share a little bit about what types of things do you do if you're hosting a large gathering to make sure that there will be a lot of people who can eat. Okay. So that is just kind of a minute of think time. And I put one thing in the chat, which was like, for example, I like to have a cooler with lots of different things in it. So I usually get a cooler and I'll throw in some Gatorade, some juice boxes, some sodas, some waters, right? And so it's like, hey, you need something to drink? Okay. All the non-alcoholic things are over there. Feel free to go in the cooler. There's lots to choose from. Okay. Leanne said, like, build your own tacos, build your own pizza. Okay. Joanna is all about voice, is like, okay, is there anything particular that would allow you to have a better time? Or potluck, right? And what you're recognizing is everything we're talking about here is a really important part of a universally designed system. Okay, what part of like your world do you want to bring forward in this class? Okay, and really collaborating with families in the community of like, what restrictions are you facing at home right now that's preventing your kids from learning? What options would be really good to meet your needs? And here's some ways that you can support your learners. Here's some materials. And so when you think about that lens, we a lot of the time do that really naturally.